first day of the final Cornhill Test match at the Oval, and it's a truly memorable occasion for Joey Benjamin. The Surrey paceman's making his Test debut on his home ground, and at 33, he's the oldest pace bowler called up by England since another Surrey player, Robin Jackman, who was 35 when picked against the West Indies in Barbados in 1981. A red letter day then for Joey Benjamin, and hopefully for England as well. The last time South Africa and England met in this country was 29 years ago, and the South Africans went home with a 1-0 advantage, and Michael Atherton's side will need to play very, very well if that's not to happen again. Well, the Oval pitch is recognised by everyone as being the best in England. It has pace and bounce, and just recently the NatWest semi-final produced more than 700 runs in the day. Here with his report on today's pitch is Geoffrey Boycott.
First day, super morning for cricket. Look at the bounce of the ball. Oh, nice for the bowlers to get the new ball through, make the batsmen duck and weave a bit, I think. There's no real moisture in this pitch. It is just flat, hard, no real give at all. This key, oh my goodness, struggles to get in. If we just look down here on a length, the lovely straw-coloured, hard-looking pitch. I can't see anything anywhere for the spinners. There's no real cracks anywhere. I'm not sure that this pitch is going to help the spinners as the match goes on. I think it's really going to be seam up and a question of who wins the toss. I think whoever wins the toss will want to bat. They'll be queuing up to bat on this. Maybe a bit of ducking and weaving early on with the new ball from the faster bowlers. But all in all, once you get in as a batsman, you've just got to fill your boots on here.
Well, that sounds like a really good strip there. And here's the toss now. Tony Lewis is with the two skippers.
Good morning, gentlemen. Kepler, you've won the toss. What's happening?
We're going to bat first today. And
what do you see by way of a pitch out here?
well, it looks like a good cricket wicket, and we've got to try and obviously get as many runs as we can, and hopefully it'll work out that way.
Do you have the same team as the last test?
We've got one change. We've got Darryl Cullinan in for Andrew Hudson.
So who will open the batting then?
We'll leave that up to 11 o'clock, I think.
Mike, do you have a similar uncertainty about life?
No, we've left out Phil Tufnell, so we've got 4 seamers in our attack.
Right, and about the toss, will you prefer to bat?
Well, I think it looks a good batting wicket, but the Oval here usually has some pace and bounce, and if the bowlers bowl well, it's usually a fair contest.
How strong a temptation was it to play the spinner?
It was a very strong temptation. I don't like going in test matches without a specialist spinner, but we feel that this is going to have some pace and bounce. It won't turn so much. The only other temptation was whether to leave out a batsman or not, and we decided not to do that.
Good. Good luck.
Thank you.
Views there of the two captains and the teams for this game. England, Gooch, Atherton, Hickthorpe, Stewart, Crawley, Rhodes, De Freitas, Gough, Benjamin and Malcolm, who will be very, very keen to do well, not only for this match, but also for the Ashes Tour coming up in Australia. The South Africans, they've made the one change. Cullinan comes in, and Andrew Hudson is the man to go, and the two Kirstens will open the batting. The umpires today, Ken Palmer and Steve Dunn. South Africa, just to confirm, they won the toss and they'll be batting, and the third umpire today is Alan Whitehead. We join play now in the third over. Philip De Freitas is the bowler. Gary Kirsten has taken strike, and 2 runs have been made. First one to go past the outside edge. One that Philip De Freitas straightens up or brings back to the right-hander, takes away a little from the lefty. Got him. Caught behind Gary Kirsten. Philip De Freitas with close to an identical delivery to the one that went past the outside edge. This time has found it. And England have broken through.
Oh, disgracing getting out to a ball like this. I mean, the length, the line is so good. Just drawing him forward. Almost perfect line and length. Batsman a little tentative. Not quite playing forward with conviction if you watch his feet movement. It's just a little half stride. But he had to play at it.
And Hansi Cronje is the man coming in. Would have been one of the great catches of our time. It looked from here that it came straight off the bat. Didn't look to be a bump ball. Turned away off the pads.
Well, it would have been a fantastic catch. Might have hurt his hand. Yeah, he's got those bandaged fingers on that dislocation at Headingley. He's hit that finger as well. He's got a problem.
Well done. Beautifully bowled.
Yes, there was a lovely swing on this ball. Late sort of swing. The outside off stump, playing a shot, so that's not out.
Great delivery from Devon Malcolm. I think, David, he's got his radar mostly correct this morning.
Yes, that would have been a very good delivery to any right-handed batsman. Really squared Peter Kirsten up. And then just goes away a little bit at the end there, which is enough to cause problems for anyone. And at good pace, too. That's the key to it. He's bowling, I don't think quite as quickly as I've ever seen him, shall we say, but certainly bowling with good pace. And on a pitch where the bounce will suit him.
Got it away. Stewart after it. And loses. Well, that's Cronje at his best. Not sure how near the full half volley it was, but he's a tall man with a long reach and used it there.
Well, it was a fine shot, come what may. It was a little wide, and he certainly was stretching. But it did hit the middle of the bat. That's always the key as far as the batsman's concerned.
Unconvincing. Thought he might be tried out. See what he tried to do.
Well, Hansie Cronje definitely waiting for it.
Oh, that's beautifully bowled. All the world, it looked like an edge. Went so much.
This has been the great thing for Philip de Freitas this summer, is when he's been on song, he's got that ball to go away just like that.
First ball at full length.
Graham Thorpe at first slip. It was a lovely ball too, just enough at the end there. You see that ball move. Bounces just inches in front of Graham Thorpe, not a chance. But a beautiful delivery. I was talking about Joey Benjamin trying to swing it around, and Devon Malcolm is doing the same.
Ball must be. No, it's gone through. Well, this is all very tentative stuff from the batting side. England have deserved more than one wicket. Bowled in! Malcolm strikes. Peter Kirsten gone. He's never really settled. He's not a natural opener. He's gone for 16, 43 for 2.
Well, Devon Malcolm has done exactly what Michael Atherton would have wanted him to do. Having bowled two good deliveries there in that over, which have been off stump, going away, gets this one to come back onto leg stump and at good pace too. And Peter Kirsten beaten as much as anything else by the pace of Devon Malcolm.
Skipper Kepler Wessels, the new batsman. end of the over. Bowling change that worked.
Good shout for LBW. Arms go up in the slips. Devon Markham is very keen to see the adjudication. Bowls the ball from very wide of the crease. There's every chance it's pitched outside, which it has. That absolutely flew. And that hit the bat. It went through like lightning. Change of pace from Goff. Wessels fending and giving Rhodes and the slip cordon no chance whatsoever. High up the bat and high over the heads. Good shot. Well, he went for that so positively, so quickly, outside off stump. Four runs. Oh, straight through again. Well, this is quick stuff, and no luck there at all for Devon Markham.
Long way from his body, but it doesn't matter very much because it's fairly raced away across the outfield. Steve Dunn is the umpire.
Yes, you don't see too many shots like this in Test match cricket. Almost like a front foot square cut. On the front foot, throw the bat at the ball. Usually see this a lot in schoolboy cricket.
Close. Yes. Hansi Cronje is beaten by Joey Benjamin, who has taken his first Test match wicket. The big away swinger, a nice subtle change there. Previous one swung away a long way, and that one looked as though it might just have darted back, or at least have gone straight through.
Well, this is a big blow to South Africa just before lunch. Coming forward, it hits him there just below the knee roll. Not much footwork again. We're mentioning that he's not really getting his foot forward. A long, hard look and think about it. That's good umpiring.
Not exactly the moment Darrell Cullinan would have chosen to come out. He's in the side instead of Andrew Hudson. Well, there's a start. That sort of stroke that's built up his reputation, and that'll be a tremendous relief to him. The balance in this session now has swung just a little to England. They could pick up another one between now and lunch. It would be very handy. Whatever runs Wessels and Cullinan can pick up, it'll just change the balance once again. Freitas has struck perfectly orthodox stroke from Cullinan, and that is a big session for England. 4 wickets. 85 for 4. Cullinan has gone, and Wessels walks off the field with the worries of the world on his shoulders. That's a crushing blow for South Africa. Cullinan dismissed there for 7. Right on the stroke of lunch, 85 for 4, and an excellent session for Michael Atherton and the England side. The pace bowlers there, De Freitas 2 wickets, Malcolm 1, Benjamin 1, and a very, very good performance from all 4. Goff bowled well, even though he's the only one not to take a wicket. We join play now in the 3rd over after lunch. Philip De Freitas is the bowler. Kepler Wessels, the South African skipper, is taking strike, and 7 runs have been added.
Well, that's frustrating because Benjamin had been moved from there to defend the fine leg boundary. It's the way of the game. Luck for Rhodes, none for Malcolm.
Well, the inside edge just carrying the ball past the leg stump.
Oh, didn't get up, and that could be serious. That's hitting right on the side of the head. Ducked straight into it. Immediate calls for assistance.
That's not a happy sight. Wasn't that short? It was just short enough, really, for Jonty Rhodes to be looking to be on the back foot.
The stump camera doesn't get up. Jonty Rhodes almost bending at knee height, or may have been around the midriff had he stood up, not much higher. Absolutely square on the side of the head. So Brian McMillan at the crease. Kevin Malcolm coming to the end of, it's been a dramatic over. Rhodes retired hurt. First ball for McMillan. And McMillan survived. So, just after lunch, they've lost Rhodes, 106 for 4, having won the toss, South Africa. Dropped.
The Kepler Wessels stretching outside the off stump. That's where you lose control of the shot. And that has to go down as, well, it did go down as a proper chance.
Square on the offside, a flashing shot by Kepler Wessels.
One has to make the most of anything that's a little bit loose in these circumstances. This is short and wide. Okay, in the air, but safe.
Big shout, all the slips go up. Like a row of little starfish there behind the stumps.
Miller not getting very far forward. The ball striking on the knee roll. The umpire giving the batsman the benefit of the doubt, and perhaps the ball missing leg stump. It just seemed back at him a little bit.
Afraid just losing his line there. And the ball wasn't in the air long enough to swing in any direction. And of course, top-class batsmen can't afford to do that because chopped away square on the offside for 4.
The word top class is so important. Players at this caliber, when they get a bad ball, they hit it for 4. They don't hit it to a fielder. Kepler Wessels is no exception.
Let's get him out. Well, a backward all round it. Absolute delight there for Joey Benjamin. Kepler Wessels. LBW Benjamin for 45. That's a very important breakthrough. Just the one that England were wanting.
Big wicket for England, this.
much as they're on top. The question is, does it pitch on? Yes, it does. Is it hitting? Yes, it is. Steve Dunn raises a finger. And a huge wicket for England, because as well as they've done, if they had ambitions of bowling South Africa out for less than 250, the one man that might have stood in their way is Kepler Wessels, until now. Dave Richardson is the new batsman. I think Kepler Wessels knew that he was in front there.
Good stroke. Wasn't a bad delivery. He met it on the up. But for a moment, Darren Gough would have thought he might just have defeated McMillan there with the away swing.
Well, he hit this on the up just as if he was playing at home in South Africa. Lovely front foot stride forward, got right to the pitch, and then hit through the line, got the body weight forward. Top class shot.
Nicely stroked away once again. Atherton is the fielder. The outfield has quickened up as the day has gone on.
Yeah, it's a lovely shot. This is always looking to get forward, Brian McMillan. Doesn't make up his mind too early. It's just in his mind that if he can get forward, he's going to. Tries not to get there too early, or to predetermine the shot. It's the hallmark of good batsmanship.
Oh, it's a great shot. Brian McMillan is a genuine all-rounder in that if he didn't bowl, he'd be worth his place in the side as a batsman and as a slip catcher.
Had a bit of width there to play with. Getting on the up.
That's a fine shot.
That's a little bit the effects of that ball now being in its 54th over of age.
Have another one. One of the virtues of Richardson is not just a pusher and a prodder. He's got some genuine strokes.
That's very much the better of the two shots too. A genuine cut. Beautifully executed too. Very hard hit. And Philip de Freitas by now should have made a mental note that his length needs to be a little bit closer to the batsman. Either that, or if he's going to bowl it short, it needs to be somewhat quicker.
Well, that second four brought up the 50 partnership, and that was nearly the end of it.
7 more runs added, and that is a very good 50 partnership between those two players. They're both tough customers. They've done the job there for South Africa. 195 for 5, and the bowling figures for England. De Freitas 2 wickets, Malcolm 1, and Joey Benjamin 2 for 28 in 10 overs and 1 maiden. We join play now in the second over after tea. 4 runs have been added. McMillan is taking strike, and Philip de Freitas is the bowler.
That edge to third man brings the 200 up. Partnership is 64 now.
Good shot. Haven't been all that many over-pitched balls today. That was just a bit of a loosener. Richardson was on it in a flash.
One of the nicer strokes in cricket, straight down the ground, back past the bowler.
That'll pay 4 runs. Not going to please Philip de Freitas very much.
Bounce from de Freitas. A little bit of room for the batsman. And a little bit of luck.
Oh, 2 and 1 over. First one was a bit of a flasher, but that was beautiful delivery.
Delivery full. Richardson not getting a full stride in with the left foot. Flies through an empty third slip area. Very catchable. There'd been someone there.
Good shot. He's played very straight today, Brian McMillan. Been playing through the line of the ball in an area between extra cover and mid-on. Occasionally he's gone for the square cut, but looked very, very good. Oh, good shot. De Freitas is cranky with himself. Richardson's quite delighted. Good stroke. Nicely balanced.
Sharp movement from the ball before, and this is just a full, gentle, swinging half volley. Dealt with admirably.
Now that was unconvincing. And we've seen that happen with Richardson before. I remember twice at Headingley he did this against the short one. I think, Geoffrey, before tea he was on 1 and suddenly he was facing Graham Hick.
Well, he's a good performer, David Richardson. He's played with quite a bit of luck, a few outside edges, some good shots, 1 or 2 poor defensive shots, some flails outside off stump. But he does seem to have the most important factor of all, stickability.
Well, that's 50 for him.
Yeah, he hangs around. What a performance. Not being very convincing. It's been like a lot of the South African batting today, but a very valuable innings.
It's a super shot. That's his 50. Well, that's a class innings. Come off 108 balls, and he's hit 5 fours. It really is a high-quality shot. To play that off the back foot with a vertical bat.
Yes, it is a class shot, but we're seeing what happens at the Oval when the ball gets a bit softer. Not that really high pacey bounce, it just comes on a nice pace, nice bind, nice height, and batsmen score very quickly because there's not much margin for error for the bowlers.
Fine shot. Frustrating for the England bowlers now because this pair have settled in, both capable of punishing any odd loose ball, enjoying a little bit of luck. Got him! Benjamin strikes, and finally he's got his man Richardson. He's had his luck, he's played and missed. It's been a very good innings. For my word, Benjamin's deserved that. And that's the wicket that England badly needed. Richardson gone for 58, 260 for 6.
Well, David Richardson shakes his head a bit ruefully. Probably surprised he nicked it. He's played and missed quite a lot. But eventually his luck ran out. Nicked a simple catch, and the bowler, Joey Benjamin, did deserve it. He's bowled one or two beauties at him. But even though the bowler got his reward, David Richardson's played a marvellous innings for South Africa.
Well, that was a thick top edge, but on this oval outfield, which is quite parched in parts, 4 races away for 4 runs.
Second slip.
Fourth wicket for Joey Benjamin, and as we guessed, I suppose, Craig Matthews prepared to stand back and play the ball away on the offside, quite square. This time the edge to Hick, beautifully caught. The bowling of Benjamin, 266 for 7.
Well, the great thing about this from England's point of view is they got rid of a man who in the last 2 test matches has been very much a thorn in the side towards the end of the innings. It's a good aggressive ball from Joey Benjamin, banged in short, just left the batsman a little bit as well. That was why the edge came instead of the face of the bat. And Craig Matthews, that's really the first time that he's failed to contribute. 266 for 7, and England have a chance of wrapping this up pretty quickly.
Well, it's gone to slip. Could it have got there without being a catch? Surely not. Well, how did it get there? The answer is not out.
It really is a question of whether or not the ball has gone off the outside edge of the bat into the turf before it goes straight into Graham Hick's hands. And the reaction of all around Barney de Villiers, all the England fieldsmen, is disbelief, and I can see why.
There we go.
Good shot from de Villiers. Almost looked as though he expected the bouncer.
Down and in front of square.
That's a super shot. It's a very expensive over from Darren Gough. 16 from it so far.
Got him this time. Got him. Caught by Alex Stewart, and Barney de Villiers perished as so often he's threatened to do. He's gone for 14, and now 301 for 8. Well, he batted for over an hour. That wasn't all that wide, but for a tail ender like de Villiers, with almost a minimum of footwork, particularly off the back foot, you're always playing it with half a bat, you can see. But they've added 35 valuable runs. Got him away. Well, we saw Donald play some good, authentic shots over to Headingley. Oh, dropped him. That could be so important. just to wrap this innings up now would remove any possibility of Rhodes batting at all. He still may not, but South Africa would rather survive and find out.
Well, it wasn't an easy catch, was it? Full stretch, left hand.
There's more runs. And all the way. But a good finish. Takes McMillan into the 90s. Pat on the back there from Donald, and so should all his teammates give him one. Magnificent performance from Brian McMillan has saved the day for that South African dressing room, taking them to a score of 326 for 8 and taking him to 91.
That was a tremendous performance from the South Africans, 326 for 8, and halfway through the day you wouldn't have wanted to back them with bad money. 38 for Hansie Cronje, 45 for Kepler Wessels, and then McMillan once again, Richardson 58, but McMillan unbeaten on 91 at the close. And those tail-enders once again got in there. De Villiers 14 and Donald unbeaten on 11. 326 for 8. The bowlers couldn't quite keep it up all day. They did well early on when there was a bit of bounce and life on the pitch in the first session, which is what you'd expect on the opening day of a test. De Freitas 3 wickets, Malcolm 1, and Joey Benjamin, a great debut, 17 overs, 2 maidens, and 4 for 42. I think they still missed the left-arm spinner Philip Tufnell there, just for variety and also for skill. But Geoffrey Boycott may not agree with that.
Well, the key to the day was around 2:30 p.m. when England had South Africa on the rack at 136 for 5 with Jonty Rhodes in hospital. The South African batsmen in the morning had played terrible against the short ball. They got themselves in all sorts of tangles, and that was a surprise from batsmen who were brought up on fast, hard, bouncy pitches like this one at the Oval. England, well, they had South Africa really ready to go and couldn't put them away. And this is what's the matter with their bowling. They cannot deliver the killer punch. As well as Philip de Freitas bowled and Joey Benjamin, South Africa got away. Brian McMillan came in, he played splendidly. Thoroughly deserved all the plaudits that come his way because he was by far and away the best batsman, better than any of the top order of the South African team. But in the end, South Africa will feel that they're just in front tonight.
Geoffrey Boycott with his ideas on the day's play, the opening day in this Cornhill Test match at the Oval, and we'll be on air again tomorrow, BBC 2 at 10:50 a.m. Very good day's cricket today. Brian McMillan was one of the stars, a tremendous character and a great fighter, very good competitive all-rounder. We leave you with him, but also with Joey Benjamin, the man who made his Test match debut here at the Oval today. A very, very fine performance. As a player, South Africa's cricket manager Mike Proctor was renowned as one of the toughest competitors in the game, thrilling fans everywhere with his tear-away fast bowling and wonderful attacking batting. Those fighting qualities have rubbed off on this South African side, as once again here at the Oval they've battled their way out of trouble from a very difficult position. With skipper Kepler Wessels, Proctor is developing a formidable partnership at the helm of South African cricket.
The player manager, as I am, the cricket manager, I think the number one and most importantly is to get on with the captain and not do what he says, but give your views and he gives his views. And really, it depends on really what the captain wants. But it is important to support the captain and to have a working relationship because the captain, what anyone thinks is the number one guy on any side. And so it's proved with Kepler. I mean, Kepler has led from the front. At times we've differed in our opinion, which is good. He's not going to agree with everything I say and vice versa. So we've had a very good working relationship.
Michael Proctor, one of the great all-rounders in cricket over the past 30 years and making a terrific success at coaching the South Africans at the moment. They begin the second day of this Cornhill Test match at 326 for 8. Bear in mind that Jonty Rhodes was injured yesterday and he will not bat today. He's recovering quite well, but he certainly won't be at the Oval today, and everyone will be hoping for a very, very quick recovery and a full one for him as well. The pitch report today, Geoffrey Boycott has his views on how the surface might play.
Well, very overcast and rain in the air, but the pitch has not changed much. I think the bounce is still going to be high, plenty there. Newish ball for England straight away. It's still hard. If I pop the key in, it's not going to make any difference. I don't think this pitch is going to change over 3 days anyhow. You might get a little bit of sweating. These covers are on. rub my hand around, there's a little bit of dampness there. You see how it's making it dirty? That's because the bits of rain, the sweating of the calf tarpaulin. But look at the pitch, it's still straw-coloured. Really no marks at all. If you look on it, you can't really find any marks. I find one little tiny crack. The rest is dry, flat, good. Just a very good cricket pitch.
Geoffrey Boycott with his ideas on the way the pitch will play. That's what they say from the Weather Bureau. Becoming brighter, mainly dry with sunny intervals and a moderate southwesterly breeze. A temperature of 21 degrees Celsius or 70 Fahrenheit. Well, we got some of those showers they were talking about overnight extending into the start of play, which was delayed until 12 noon. Only took a few balls for the South African innings to be finished. This is the third ball of the third over, and Philip de Freitas is the bowler. Brian McMillan is taking strike.
Caught him. Graham Hick, the catcher. Fourth wicket for de Freitas, and McMillan, for the second time in his career, perishes in the 90s. Out for 93, and South Africa 332 all out.
And Hick having to stretch above his head to take the ball. See that ball flying away off the edge, and that is a good catch, I promise you.
Just 6 runs added in this morning session to take South Africa along to 332. Only for 9 wickets, with Jonty Rhodes retired hurt for 8. McMillan falling in the 90s once again, out for 93 to that very good catch by Graham Hick from de Freitas' bowling. And Alan Donald, unbeaten on 14 and improving his average as a number 11. The bowling figures for England, de Freitas is the man who helped himself there. 4 for 93 from 26.2 overs and 5 maidens. A wicket for Malcolm, and Benjamin unchanged from overnight, 4 for 42. We join play now in the second over of the England innings. It's the first ball from Fani de Villiers. 1 run is on the board so far. It was a no ball, and Michael Atherton is taking strike.
Oh, dear me, given him. Straight away, looking at the bat, Michael Atherton seems to believe he got an inside edge, but what a start. Atherton gone, looking at the bat again. All the body language suggests that he believes he got an inside edge. Shake of the head. That's the sorry story. Have another look at it. And Michael Atherton getting into that squared up position when he's playing back. Feet not staying sideways. The bat coming down slightly off straight. But he believed there was a nick onto the pads. Umpire Palmer didn't. There's only one winner of that little difference of opinion. Hit him on the roll. The worst possible start for England. That brings England's new number 3, Graham Hick, to the wicket. Picks away. Glorious 4. Remember, he smashed 80 odd on this ground against Australia last year in this sort of form and mood.
That's a very good positive sign at the start of an innings. Nicely played shot.
Like it. Gave that a bit. Beautifully bowled.
Four. Well, if you bowl without third man at the Oval, a lot of runs are going to go down there. Thick edges, model victory to the bowler, but model victories don't count. It usually gives the batsman 4 runs.
Could have been anything from 4 to out.
Well, this is just a little bit of bounce there is at the Oval. Just beats him with the bounce, goes over the top of the edge, and rattles into the keeper's gloves.
his sort of tentative method against the extra pace of Donald.
Well, there's a bit of luck here, an inside edge that goes onto the pad, down onto the boot. Could have gone anywhere.
Oh, the over's getting better and better. Not sure whether he was drawn into this or not.
I think he played at that. No doubt at all. Beautifully bowled. It gets steep on him, a lot of bounce. A very tentative playing at it.
Got him. Gooch stood there. Nobody else in any doubt at all. Donald takes a very important wicket, that of Graham Gooch. He's gone for 8. And now England 33 for 2.
Alan Donald, real pace, hostility, bounce and pace. And he's really tested Graham Hick and Graham Gooch. And he's finally got his just reward. Just got Graham Gooch to go after it a bit wide. But it really has been quality fast bowling.
So there we are, England now in trouble, 33 for 2, replying to South Africa's score of 332.
Might be an interesting replay just to see if that was a half chance. It was about a three-quarter one. There's a good shot. He specialised in that up at Headingley. One of the things I like most about Thorpe, that generally he plays very much in the arc between mid-off and mid-on. Very, very straight. So he can play all sorts of other shots as well.
Straight's the word. Maker's name very clear on the bat.
Oh, that's beautifully bowled. The replay, but the only thing that gives us some idea of how it missed the inside edge and the stump.
Very close. Still difficult to know how it missed the off stump. They did.
Very straight. And good touch again, almost taking up from where he left off up at Headingley. It's a feature of his innings at Headingley. '72 and '73 up there, and that full shot is beautifully played.
Quick to spot it. Quite wide of off stump. He has no trouble in hauling it back and across to the onside, in front of square, roll of the wrist.
Just a bit slow, the outfield out there. That might be a fourth umpire job. Don't worry about the third. Barney Villiers. Right, he's done that all right. Now he's got a problem. Just about a dead heat, I think.
Terrific stuff, this. Stopped it there. Now, I've just got to... Oh, no, I mustn't do that. Let's get in. 4 runs was the result of that skirmish.
Oh, shot of the innings. Did not move 1 millimetre after the ball left the bat, Thorpe.
Well, this was some cover drive.
The second one of those he's played. That was just as magnificent as the first. No such thing as a loosener there. That is one terrific delivery. Beautifully bowled by Alan Donald. The batsman might have been justified in thinking he'll just roll his arm over here. Instead, it was a tremendous Yorker.
Some of Alan Donald's early deliveries were wide of off stump and very wayward. That one swung back in as well as being the perfect Yorker length. Continued on its way in towards Graham Hicks' toes.
Beautifully bowled, and Alex Stewart is the man coming up now to face the second ball of this new spell from Alan Donald. That's 50. .650 for England in addition to his 100. He's come off 80 balls with 6 fours. Did this at Headingley. That was a slower pitch. Cracking shot. It was hit like a rocket. Timing is so clean and crisp.
Thornton wide, poor delivery, deserved the treatment. Goodness me, did he give it to him?
Another excellent stroke from Graham Thorpe there. No more runs added. 122 for 3 at T England, and Thorpe confirming his excellent form there, unbeaten on 59. Nice innings from Graham Hick until Donald got that very, very good Yorker through him. 122 for 3. We join play now in the 4th over after the interval. 10 runs have been added. Ron McMillan is the bowler, and the left-hander Graham Thorpe is taking strike. That's a terrific shot. Seen one or two West Indians play in that fashion, with the little jump or the raised foot.
Bit of a flick pull. Left-handed version of Gordon Greenwich there.
There's 4 more. Timing is superb. A great effort in the stroke play, but excellent timing and placement. Beautifully bowled. That is an absolute cracker of a delivery. Craig Matthews has got it to come back in at Graham Thorpe. Might just have found an inside edge, but it looked as though it found its way onto the stumps without any dramatic assistance. Very, very well bowled.
It's 4 for 145, and John Crawley comes in with a degree of pressure on him.
That's a good shot. Much better shot. Great shot. That'll be Stewart's first boundary. Fourth spell, 12th over. And 4 runs. Oh, beautifully bowled and out, caught. Richardson, 25th catch off Donald in his career.
and the move to bring Donald back has worked. And now England have got a problem. Crawley gone cheaply, 165 for 5.
It was quick enough here, the line, the length was good, and it just seemed to drift away, if anything. Not much. Hold its line maybe, just drift away after it went past the back, but nice bounce here. John Crawley on the back foot and playing just a little bit across it again towards mid-on. He's always playing from outside to in, never quite straight down the line of the ball.
Steve Rhodes has happened so often this summer, coming in a period of, well, certainly mini crisis. Of course, half the side gone.
Good shot. That's 4. And Stewart is just starting to flow now. Perky little partner at the other end, Stephen Rhodes.
Great shot. It was a help yourself, but it's still got to be done. And Stewart's now in full flow. On the brink of 50, takes him to 49.
Plenty of width from Brian McMillan. But Alex Stewart was right on top of that. Got the body into the shot. It down nicely, and Peter Kirsten, the cover, hasn't seen it properly. That could have hit him had it been straighter.
That's it. Super 50, cheered by the home crowd. Priceless for England, who'd be in deeper trouble without him. And his 15th 50, in addition to 700s. And this following on an excellent game with the bat at Headingley, where he got 89 and that 36 not out. 96 balls, 5 fours. See nothing better. Another no ball, but again, I don't think that was responsible for the shot. As soon as he hit it, he just turned his back and looked the other way. Oh, he's now in top form. 4 more. So long to hit his first boundary.
In this sort of form, it just basically means Alex Stewart has reduced every bowler's margin of error to almost nothing. It wasn't the worst delivery that Tony de Villiers was ever going to bowl, but certainly went for 4.
Oh, dear me, he's played on, it's got too much, he was carried away, and that is a poor stroke and a disappointing end to what was promising to be a superb innings. Stewart gone, de Villiers gets his man, 219 for 6. Well, he just hit 4 fours in 11 balls, and it's very difficult, David, to keep yourself reined in.
Well, exactly. Someone like Alex Stewart, who revels in dominating bowling. And I'd never criticise anyone for trying to dominate the bowling, because it really is such a vital weapon in trying to win matches. He'll be the most disappointed man on the ground.
Rhodes not out 11, joined by Philip de Freitas. Close and out, he's got him. Double strike for de Villiers, and Rhodes has gone, and now England, you have to say, it in trouble. 2-2-2 for 7. Perfect nip backer.
Well, it was just a shuffle from Steve Rhodes. Got himself into line all right, but could have done with getting himself forward just that little bit more.
Darren Gough.
That's one of the front foot shots. And it's gone to the boundary. Very important that the tail enders or the bottom part of the order should be able to make runs. Great shot. There's the back foot stroke we were talking about, Jeffrey. Yorkshire born and bred.
Well, I think this is one of Darren Gough's own. Likes to pirouette on that one foot and then throw the bat. He doesn't mind where it goes. And I think that's right. The crowd loved it.
In the air, and it's gone a long way. These planes, Darren Gough, have been given a very long, hard look from Craig Matthews, but I don't think it's going to worry the young man very much.
Shot. What a cracking shot. You see how the crowd have now started to get behind England. They've really been a little bit on the back foot today. The crowd supported England. It's been a struggle for the English batsmen, and now they've got something to really cheer about. Oh, great shot again, Philip de Freitas. That is really annoying to South Africa. They've worked so hard to keep England down all day, and then in come these two England bowlers who are not supposed to be able to bat, and they're frustrating the best that can be thrown at them.
Safe. Not far short of a six, might even have just missed it. Miscue. He's given it now.
Well, it's exactly what I said, Richie, is that once the tail enders start throwing the bat at the ball, and it's nice to see Darren Gough and Philip de Freitas enjoying it, it's very difficult to set fields to them. They get the crowd on the side, momentum's started to swing to England. You could say it's lucky, it's the top edge, and then they'll crack you with a really good shot. That's so awkward to bowl at. Great shot. They've got South Africa on the run at the end of the day. And I can tell you, it is very, very difficult indeed to set your field. You just don't know where these tail enders are going to smite it. Really thrilling for the crowd.
That's a good hit. Forget what I said about them making certain they stay there in the last over. It's a wonderful 50 partnership. Oh, good shot. Alan Donald has taken some stick here. .277 for 7. A good shot. Wonderful stroke. Great over. Terrific entertainment. Has brought the crowd to their feet. From that over, 1-1-2-4-4-4. Brilliant stuff. 37 to Philip de Freitas and 25 to Darren Gough. And a standing ovation. Absolutely brilliant and wonderfully enjoyable for the big crowd here at Capacity House at the Oval, with 37 for Philip de Freitas and 25 for Darren Gough in that unbroken partnership that took them through to stumps. 281 for 7. Terrific effort there. 62 for Stewart, who played very well. 79 for Graham Thorpe, who's confirmed that he is a top-notch player, and Graham Hick, 39. The bowling figures for the South Africans, they took some stick towards the end. Donald 3 for 76 from 17. De Villiers got through twice, but still had 55 taken from 16. Picked up 3 wickets in all. Matthews 1 for 66, and both McMillan and Hansi Cronje went wicketless. So at the end of the second day's play of this third Cornhill Test match between England and South Africa, the South Africans 332 all out early in the day. England 281 for 7. England 51 runs behind. Here now with his ideas on the second day's play, Geoffrey Boycott.
Well, it was a cracking day's play, marred only by the rain at the start and the slow over rate by the South Africans.
They had some excellent bowling early on. Alan Donald in particular was very fast indeed, and he very early on put the skids under the England batsmen. He was backed up by some good seam bowling from Finey de Villiers. 2 excellent half-centuries by Graham Thorpe and Alex Stewart, the 2 homeboys at Surrey. They played really well, but they still couldn't put England in a good position. It was only at the end of the day when the real entertainment and excitement began. Phil de Freitas, Darren Gough smashed the South African fast bowlers all over the park, and they gave a lot of English supporters a good homecoming.
Geoffrey Boycott with his thoughts on the second day's play, which finished in such blazing fashion with de Freitas and Gough playing well. Now tomorrow we'll be on air in Grandstand BBC One at 10:55 a.m. and we leave you now with 2 men who brought the whole game to life this afternoon, Philip de Freitas and Darren Gough, with some magnificent stroke play. For a moment from the Oval, it's goodbye. Problems continue for England cricket captain Michael Atherton. Yesterday, match referee Peter Burge slugged him with a £1,500 fine and a severe reprimand for what he saw as dissent with the first ball LBW decision given by Ken Palmer. Following the Lord's controversy, Atherton's hold on the England captaincy is being queried in many quarters. My own view is that Burge's fine was harsh, but not unfair in the light of things that have happened earlier in the summer, and that Atherton should certainly stay on as captain. Well, that was yesterday. Welcome to today. This is the 3rd day of the Cornhill Test match at the Oval between England and South Africa. We've had 2 very good days of cricket, and this day begins with Philip de Freitas and Darren Gough picking up where they left off in their stirring battle yesterday, where they took England to within 51 runs of the South African first innings score. That's the way it is, 281 for 7 at the start of this 3rd day. De Freitas 37, Gough 25, and it was absolutely brilliant to watch a capacity house here, and they all appreciated it very much. We join play now with Matthews bowling to Gough. It's the 2nd over of the day, and 4 runs have been added to the overnight total. Good. A tremendous psychological blow for England if they were able to get a first innings lead. The crowd has come in very quickly on that. They knew what was happening.
Well, it's all running for Darren Gough and Phil de Freitas this morning, as it was last night. The crowd loved it. Just when they thought he might be out, it's a no ball.
Going to be one for the 3rd umpire, and it was very, very close. Looked to me to be a bit of a struggle for Philip de Freitas.
Yeah, very quick feeling from cover, came in, didn't try to throw it, went underarm so he can release the ball quicker, and you can see in the picture Phil de Freitas is struggling to make it. It's going to be tight. Gone. Go. .292 for 8 now. Oh, that's close, yes. There's no doubt about that. And Joey Benjamin knew it. He was on his way almost before Ken Palmer raised his finger. Don't often see a batsman walk for an LBW decision. Well, this was an easy one to give for Kenny Palmer. Ball just swung in just a touch, maybe just angled in. This old ball never really got forward, never got out of the crease. Joey Benjamin hits him round about off stump, and he's trying to play right across it to leg.
That's going to be over disturbing for fielding side to see Devon Malcolm coming out to replace Joey Benjamin. Well, Devon gave Fani de Villiers a couple when he batted. And there's the reply. Good morning, Devon. You see most things in cricket over the years, but don't see too many fast bowlers call for a new helmet after facing one ball. Brilliant hit. Jack Bannister got into awful trouble with the Farmers Union the other day for talking about an agricultural stroke, but not much else fits the bill there.
Well, it just makes me laugh, this Darren Gough. It's as if he's playing for Barnsley in the Yorkshire League against Castleford or Scarborough. Doesn't make any difference to him that he's playing a test match against South Africa.
Giving that a bit of Larry Dooley.
Merv Hughes.
Gone there. That's well bowled by Matthews. Slow ball. Devon Malcolm didn't pick it. And the innings finishes at 304. That's a very good performance from England to get within 28 runs of the South African total. 304 they made. Lovely run out, lovely piece of work from Darrell Cullinan there to get to Freitas for 37. Joey Benjamin, after his 4-wicket debut, made naught, and Devon Malcolm, the last man out, for 4. But 42 not out for Darren Gough, and very, very valuable runs they are. The England tail hasn't always wagged in recent years, but it certainly did here and has done in other matches this summer. The bowling figures for South Africa: Donald 3 for 76, wasn't used today. De Villiers 4 for 62, Matthews 2 for 82, and Macmillan and Cronje, neither of those made the bowling crease either. So the state of the game as South Africa begin their second innings: England 304, having chased 332, 28 runs behind, and the South Africans have a bonus today because Jonty Rhodes was at the ground and he will be able to bat if needed. We join the South African innings now. It's the start of the second over. Devon Malcolm is the bowler, Gary Kirsten taking strike. No runs on the board as yet.
Ferocious reverse delivery.
This is one of the best opening deliveries of a spell I've seen for some time. And just look how far Devon Malcolm follows through. He's on his way down there. He gets to within 2 or 3 paces of Gary Kirsten by the time he's finished. Beautifully directed, quick, very, very hostile. I think Devon means business.
Out. Gordon bowled him. Well, Kirsten was turned inside out in those 3 deliveries. What a start for England. And Gary Kirsten completes a very poor match with the bat. And often Devon Malcolm rushes to take a catch.
That blow to the head, I think, has done more than just shake Devon Malcolm up. It's turned into real inspiration. There's venom in his bowling now, and as Jack Bannister says, look where Devon Malcolm took that catch. Again, the follow-through. Look at the celebration. Now here comes the next target.
Well, Hansie Cronje, and I think he will be targeted. If Headingley showed himself to be shaky against the short stuff. Unconvincing. Got him. Well, Peter Kirsten, a second failure. Caught by Philip de Freitas, and 2 wickets for Devon Malcolm. And that is an authentic quick bowler's dismissal.
Good fortune as far as England are concerned is that it went close enough for Philip de Freitas down at long legs and to take a good catch. Good sprawling catch. Had to move very quickly down there, try and set himself as the ball arrived. Might not have been the cleanest of catches, but it stayed in. That's all you need.
He's come in at some tricky moments in this series, nothing approaching this. 1 run for 2 wickets. Bowled in, pitched it up, got his reward, and a miserable match for Cronje. What a sight. Stumps awry, 3 wickets for Malcolm. 1 for 3.
In a way, you can't blame Hanji Cronje for being just a fraction late coming forward. He does like to get on the front foot. Not only did Devon Malcolm get that ball on the perfect length, he got it just to come back in a little bit as well, to beat the defensive shot.
Daryl Cullinan. That's a beautiful stroke.
Very quick to seize on that. Upfield is quick enough again after the rain has disappeared, or the rain that got on the outfield yesterday.
Oh, that's a big shout. Hit the pad first, I think. There was a bit of a noise on the bat. That's why England were appealing. No real sort of footwork at all. It's got stuck in his crease. That nipped back a lot.
Oh, that's a cool shot. Got away with it. Dear me. Round the wicket. Oh, nearly worked as well.
It did, the angle and the pace. It was a very quick delivery.
Got him. It's worked. It nearly did the ball before. And that might just be the crucial breakthrough. Vessels goes for 28, 73 for 4.
Well, it was very thoughtful bowling from Devon Malcolm to try around the wicket when nothing was working from over the wicket. But what a dreadful shot to get out to with his country in this position. Look how wide this is. The feet are miles away from the line of the ball.
New batsman Brian McMillan.
That's up in the air. Gooch is under it. And drops it. Hands you would think were so very safe. A head so experienced. High on the bat, McMillan. Gooch gets in a good position and then hardly lays a hand on it. Goes straight through, him on the chest.
Freitas to Cullinan.
A good stroke.
Half century for Daryl Cullinan, 52 not out, and just 81 balls faced. So this is not only a a saver for South Africa, but for him as well. A lovely shot, particularly for a man with only one hand. Two hands, but only one that's working.
Caught him. Graham Thorpe, the end of McMillan. I have to say, affected by that bruised finger. Very tentative shot, gone for 25. And that's 137 for 5.
This is definitely Devon Malcolm's day. Short, banged in, quick, and really just guided into Graham Thorpe's hands at first slip. Nicely taken.
What a day for Devon Malcolm. So there might just have been a little bit of swing there. Ball's 42 overs old.
Very little doubt about that. That's knocking out middle and leg stumps. No hesitation from umpire Palmer. New batsman in Craig Matthews, which indicates that Jonty Rhodes is sliding further and further down the order.
Done it again. A great catch by Steve Rhodes. Wonderful piece of cricket there. One of the most fiery deliveries you'll see in a long, long time. And a brilliant piece of work by the England wicketkeeper, Stephen Rhodes. Matthews got a touch and also got a pair.
Lethal delivery. And a fine catch. 2 wickets in the first over after tea brings Jonty Rhodes to the wicket.
It was a good shot. Beautiful stroke. $154 for 7. Good shot. Played really well all day long. Came in critical circumstances, Darryl Cullinan, and has played wonderfully well. Seen him bat on a number of occasions, and anything that's short, Rhodes will roll his wrists on it. Some wonderful strokes in that fashion.
That's the lead of 200. That gets Darryl Cullinan nearer to 3 figures. Cracking pull.
Yes, it was. 203 runs ahead now, but it was such a good shot. Watch how he gets his foot right across, his body gets over. Gets right over to the offside, pulls it down.
And caught him. That's the end. Short of 3 figures, caught by Graham Thorpe, and Darren Gough finally breaks his duck for this match. First wicket, and 175 for 8.
Well, a lot of disappointment for Darryl Cullinan. You'd expect that. He plays wonderfully well in a difficult situation for him after a failure in the first innings. His team in big trouble. And it's a sad and disappointing way to end when he was so near to a century.
The batsman Fownie de Villiers.
Those figures, 7 for 57. Terrific performance. Outstanding pace all day. Hostility is made all of the batsmen jump and hop around.
And another one. And another one. 8 for Devon Malcolm. Another catch for Rhodes to get rid of Rhodes. 175 for 9.
Well, not the best shot at all, that, just wafting away outside off stump. There have been some pretty poor shots played by the South Africans. Mike Proctor will know that. The players will know it themselves. Quite a bit of sympathy for Jonty Rhodes from that knock on the head, but not much sympathy from Devon Malcolm in England. They'll be thrilled to bits. They don't mind what sort of shot he plays as long as he gets out. 8 wickets for Devon Malcolm. What an incredible performance. Superb performance.
That brings Alan Donald into bat. This really is the last chance saloon for South Africa. Bowled him. 9 wickets for Malcolm. The last Englishman to get 9 in England was Jim Laker. What a performance. Bowled off his pad. All out for 175, and to win the game and square the series, England won 204.
Well, Alan Donald's not much of a batsman, but bowled Devon Malcolm not. I must say, it's an outstanding performance by Devon Malcolm. An exciting performance as well. Brought life to the crowd and everybody that supports England. Put England on the brink of winning this test match. Yes, smile Devon. Terrific figures, 9 for 57. Thoroughly deserved.
Only Jim Laker for England has had better figures this century.
That's a terrific effort from England to bowl out South Africa for 175. Just the 2 wicket takers there, Malcolm and Gough. And Darrell Cunliffe, special mention for him, 94. He came into the side as a replacement for Andrew Hudson. 28 to Wessels, 25 to McMillan, and 10 to Rhodes, who came in very low in the order. The bowling figures for England: Malcolm 16.3 overs, 2 maidens, and 9 for 57. A wonderful effort from him. The 4th best bowling ever for England. Only Jim Laker has better figures this century. Situation is that England require 204 runs to win. We join their innings now in the 4th ball. Donald is the bowler to Gooch, and already there are 2 runs, both no balls, on the scoreboard.
That's away. Dropped him. And of all people, McMillan.
Well, that's what usually happens. England have blown South Africa away today in the form of Devon Malcolm, and now the luck's staying with them.
And those are very welcome runs indeed. Off the thick outside of the back, down for 4. Again, a fine away swinger bowled by Fine de Villiers. The runs are really flowing. Terrific start. The crowd right behind England. It's been a sensational afternoon. Devon Malcolm is 9 for 57. That's a fine shot, a thumping straight drive. It was in fact a no ball, but firmly met by Graham Gooch. Well, he clatters it. That was a pretty brutal shot. A little unorthodox.
Almost a touch of Darren Gough in this. Not that Graham Gooch would be pleased to hear that.
Well, there's no man at mid-on. Let's hit it there. It would seem that England are going for the runs tonight. Beautifully played. Well, the ball asked for it. It's over-pitched up on next stump. And now surely the slip fielders have to come out. There have been 3 slip fielders there from the start, and sure enough, one is on the way.
Well, Fani de Villiers is asking this ball to do too much at a time when he and all the South African bowlers, only 2 used so far, of course, just need to be concentrating on keeping the flow of runs down. Then no one can afford just to drift down towards leg stump like that. That's a strong area for batsmen like this.
That's another one drifting down leg side, and Alan Donald gives up chase. Well, this is now becoming as remarkable as the extraordinary performance of England in the field. Thank you very much. That was a long hop. Graham Gooch played that well because he just waited an extra bit for it. They know the signal now, those young boys. And the 50 comes up. Well, it's like a Sunday League match, this. This is Gooch in Chelmsford mode. Bowled him straight to the gate. And that faintly pleases Craig Matthews. Certain absence of footwork, but that's a hurricane contribution by Graham Gooch.
Well, finally South Africa finding the response. An off-cutter from Craig Matthews. Graham Gooch not in position to deal with it.
Full of character, full of thundering strokes, and it's given England an excellent start, and introduces Graham Hick with the score 56-1.
Nice stroke. Beautifully played by Atherton. We're in the 7th over of the innings, and the score already is 62. Beautifully timed and placed there by the England captain. Wonderful stroke. A real asset.
Striking the ball slightly on the rise. Beautiful stroke.
Wonderful. That's 3 strokes in the last 2 overs. 2 of them off the front foot, and that one a beautiful stroke off the back foot.
The stroke of the highest quality. The ball just a little bit short of a length, but the width allowed him to hit right through it. Beautiful positioning. Right foot parallel with the crease. Launched himself at the ball. Hit it close to him. Great shot.
So a wonderful stroke. He's in good touch, the England captain. shot. Didn't time it quite as well as one or two others that have been played, but it has still beaten the fielder into the boundary. So majestic. That was only shortish. And Donald has taken some awful stick here. That was stirring stuff, 107 for just one wicket. Graham Gooch out bowled by Matthews for 33. Atherton, 42, played some glorious strokes. And Hick, well, typical of his stroke play, was that last one you saw. 5 extras, 107 for 1. And the bowling figures for South Africa, Donald, 4 overs, no maiden, none for 45. He's had 75 taken from the last 6 overs he's bowled in this match. De Villiers, none for 40 from 7. Matthews, the wicket taker, at a cost of 21, and 5 overs and no maiden for him. So the state of play after 3 days of this Cornhill Test match: South Africa 332 all out and 175. England 304 and 107 for 1. They need 97 more runs to win. The key to it today was Malcolm on that second lot of figures there, 9 for 57. And I had the pleasure of talking with him after the day's play.
From the beginning, I had to let them know, well, I'm in business here. I didn't want to start off with a half volley, whatever, something like that. So I said, okay, we got to sniff the first ball, and which was pretty close. And you know, from ball to first ball, got you with a bit of pace. And I said, okay, I reckon I've got him where I want him now. And a few balls later, we're ducking, and as it happened, he ducked into one straight up in the air. Cotton ball, plan starts. It's working fine, so just continue.
Very nice plan. Was it brought about in part by the blow you took from Fanie de Villiers?
Well, yes, you could say that. I mean, you know, I thought it was a silly thing for Fanie to do, trying to knock my head off. He hit me nicely, yes, but I had a good helmet on, no problem. I take my blows, said to the boys, your turn will come, and yeah, taking some wickets. Very happy indeed.
And it still looked very smooth towards the end, even though you must have been tiring towards the end, but still coming out of your hand pretty well.
Yes, I mean, I've bowled some long spell this year. I've been bowling well. I'm fit, so no problem. I said when you're doing well as well, you just, I don't know where the energy and the strength come from, but you're just feeling better and better the more you bowl. But yeah, it's one of those things. Felt well, and feeling pretty strong.
You've caught the attention of the South Africans today. I'll bet you've caught the attention of some of the Australians watching and listening back there. Good luck when you go down there to Australia. You've been there before?
I've been there before, but I really look forward. I hope I'll be on the tour in the winter. So, you know, keeping my fingers crossed. Anyway, I will be in that party.
Good luck and a brilliant performance today. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Jim.
Devon Malcolm, the hero of England's performance out there today. And the other one was Michael Atherton, who's under tremendous pressure. Led the side splendidly, got the bowlers going, and the fielding was absolutely brilliant, and I should think he has quite a smile on his face this evening. The fourth day of this Cornhill Test match at the Oval, BBC One at 10:55. We'll be with you, bringing you all the action there, and we leave you now on the third evening with Devon Malcolm, one of the most wonderful bowling performances you'll see in a long, long time.
Convincing. Got him. Bowled him. Got him. Caught him. Oh God, he's got 6. What a day.
Well, done it again.
And another one. And another one. Bowled him. 9 wickets for Malcolm.
Devon Malcolm producing the best bowling figures by an English Test player since the late, great Jim Laker back in 1956 against Australia at Old Trafford. I was 2 of Jim's victims then, and yesterday I had the pleasure of commentating when Malcolm was causing such mayhem. The combination of Malcolm's hostile display and some really inspired batting late in the day have lifted England to within touching distance of victory and the squaring of this series. Well, Welcome to the Oval for the fourth and final day of this Cornhill Test match between England and South Africa. England require just 97 runs to win, and that is the state of play, 107 for 1. England 304 in their first innings, and South Africa 332 and 175 all out after Devon Malcolm did such a terrific job. We join play now with the first ball of the day. Alan Donald is the bowler. Taking strike is Graham Hick.
Well, it looked from that shot that Graham Hick had come out to play this morning just like he did last night.
Got it. Graham Hick's having a good match with the bat.
Yes, this was one of his best shots. His feet movement, got his right foot going back and across into the stumps and right on top of the bounce. You have to get up high here. Lovely bounce at the Oval for the quick bowlers, so you must get up on the toes.
Drew him into the shot. It may have looked wide at the end, but this is high-class bowling.
Well, it's a funny old game, isn't it? Yesterday evening, every ball was hitting the middle of the bat, and most of them were disappearing into the outfield from Hick and Atherton. And this morning, Michael Atherton can't lay bat on ball.
More. th boundary of the innings. Graham Hick did this here last year against Australia. Got 80 then.
Well, he's very cross with himself, Alan Donald. We see the shot, but as soon as he bowled this ball to Michael Atherton and got smashed for 4, he kicked the floor in his disgust at his own inability to get the ball in the area he wants it.
That's 50. 19th time he's got there, in addition to 700s for England. 66 balls and 9 fours. Well, there's 4 more leg byes.
He doesn't seem to have quite the same sort of pace that he had in the first innings when he really did bowl pace like fire. Just lost it a bit.
Going for everything.
Well, I don't think South Africa know what's hitting them from yesterday. Devon Malcolm's wicket taking, England's positive batting yesterday evening, and everything's still going for England. Lovely shot, knew where he was hitting it, on the up, in the air. There's only one man down at third man.
Wonderful. He's being fed, but he's still got to do it. That was Hick at his best. It's him to 40.
Lovely shot playing by England. Just don't think South Africa know where to bowl. I think they were hit so hard yesterday, they're a little bit punch drunk.
again. Yep. And that's boundary number 23.
Quite right, Mr. Plod. It is good stuff by England. I say, I don't think the bowlers know where to bowl. Barney de Villiers bowling outside off stump to Michael Atherton and him playing and missing. And he's bowling short to Graham Hick and he's whacked on the offside. As soon as he pitches it up straight, he's worked on the onside. A bit down, a bit demoralised. Now that's the pace he bowled in the first innings at England. That was a quick delivery. This ball much quicker than anything he bowled yesterday evening or this morning.
Oh, what an over this is. Now that, from a fearsome point of view, matched the one that Devon Malcolm started things off with yesterday to Gary Kirsten.
Well, this is what I've been saying. I think he's a bit mad. Everything's going wrong for South Africa and he's now up to gear. His last 3 balls have been very quick indeed.
With that right off the middle of the bat. It's good innings. Batsman in Graham Cork is interested in all that because Hick has taken 53 from 53 balls faced. 9 fours. He's just been in an hour and a half, and in the circumstances, that is a top-notch innings. All sorts of things you can do on a Sunday morning. One of them, a bit of hairdressing, watch the cricket at the same time, and the end result then comes out like that.
.150, 158 balls, one-day cricket.
Ah, that's very well bowled. And finally he'll have to go back. He's they cost him a run or two.
Keep walking back, Farney, and get on with the next delivery.
And smile as you go past.
There's
Very
the
good,
smile.
Farney.
No way we can tell. What we can say is that everything's a long way from everywhere. There wasn't any danger of bat hitting pad or anything like that. Must have been a noise.
Very good lesson I was taught a long time ago. When you make an appeal, just have a look at the umpire, see what he thinks about it. Doesn't matter how far you've got to run, but at this point, took him by surprise.
Part of Craig Matthews' bowling setup that he doesn't utilise enough. He does bowl a pretty good bouncer in terms of it skidding on, getting about throat height. He doesn't bowl it nearly often enough, and I'm not saying he should bowl it all the time.
A big crowd in today. They'll relish that sort of stroke from Graham Hick.
hardly been an occasion when the ball has been pitched up, no matter whether it be straight or going down, that Hicks missed out. Majority, in fact, that he's been successful with have been balls directed very much at middle stump and full, opposed to the leg stump delivery, which hit him on the pad a couple of times.
Man at point, man at cover looked at each other. Just a question of which one was going to do the chasing.
Wide, on the up, like a bullet. Rhodes looks at Kirsten. Kirsten looks at Rhodes, and the elder of the two goes and fetches it. Alan Donald is back in action. His first spell this morning, 5 overs for 17 runs, so that was a great improvement. Starting a new spell now. You can see the extra speed because Graham Hick was well out of touch with the ball there.
Yeah, that ball was through him before he'd really got into the shot. But I like Graham Hick and his batting a lot more when he's in this sort of mood. When he looks to attack the short ball, when he at least has it in mind. He looks a far better player than, and he just has it in mind to avoid and escape.
Well, he attacked that one all right. Steered it up in the air, and that heaps the frustration upon Donald, I'm afraid, but it was perfectly played and placed.
Well, this is the difference. Craig Matthews, who uses line and length and accuracy. Alan Donald trying to use the extra pace. But it's well played. It's obviously directly guided over the slip, so it's a very much an intentional shot. Wide of third man. And Alan Donald, who thought he got it in the right sort of place.
Atherton hasn't scored for over half an hour now. It's 54 not out, and an extra close fielder comes in. Mid-off is taken away. 3 slips have been there right from the start of this morning's play. And at last he gets one through. Well, patience has its reward. There's a no ball. Short and wideish. Well played.
Very wide. A fine shot. Mike Atherton got right on top of the ball and took it early enough that he managed to hit it in front of square. Normally speaking, with someone of Alan Donald's pace, certainly at his quickest, didn't quite get to get the ball in front of square like that. Go behind, probably to Point's left hand.
Well, it was picked up so very early. Donald hammering in, and Graham Hick lightning reflexes and a thumping bat. 16 runs off the over.
Well, I don't think Alan Donald is quite at his fearsome best here, to say the least. Even so, it's still a very good high-quality shot from Graham Hick in a good position. Again, hitting it down, well in front of square.
The last aggressive moves now by South Africa as a man goes in a short square leg. Beautiful shot, played very much on the up. Straight through extra cover, 4 runs.
That's really bred of the confidence of knowing that ball is going to come onto the bat nicely. Played from the crease, but played very well.
Well bowled, and that's a nick, and that's out. So Mike Atherton goes. Scored an excellent 63. It's 180 for 2.
Well, late consolation for Alan Donald. He's finally got one to climb in just the right place. Did move away a little bit from Michael Allison as he tried to fend it away. But a very fine innings from the England captain. Came out with Graham Gooch last night on a pair, Michael Allison, at that stage. There was some very positive batting, both from him and his partner. He's seen England through to within 24 of victory. In a way, it's a shame that he won't be there when the winning runs are scored. He's had a good game, this game, as captain, Michael Allison. Handled things very nicely yesterday. Handled Devon Malcolm very well yesterday. Brought him back at the right times. Handled his spells well. And so I think the England captain can be well pleased with the way things have gone at the end of the international season here.
Graham Thorpe is the new batsman, but first let's take a extra look at that. You see the deflection and straightforward catch. Although it was going quickly. Much more like the old Alan Donald. So the second wicket goes down at 180. .180 for 2.
Thorpe joining in the act. That'll be 4. Tronya after it, he's got no chance. And England just sprinting home. Four more. That's boundary number 34 in the innings. Also brings up the 200. England now just one hit away. That's it. Graham Thorpe punches the air. He wins a test match on his home ground, and England are home by 8 wickets to square the series.
That's a great performance by England to get back level with South Africa in this 3-match series. Graham Gooch out yesterday evening for 33, and Michael Atherton, the skipper. Cord Richardson bowled Donald for 63. Hick played really well today, 81 not out, and Graham Thorpe came in and looked once again to be in tremendous touch. Unbeaten on 15 for him, 13 extras, 205 for 2. The bowling figures, they do make strange reading. Donald 12-1, 96-1. De Villiers 12-0, 66-0, and Matthews 11.3 for 37 and 1 wicket. The state of the match, that's the way it finished. England won by 8 wickets. The series was drawn. South Africa 332 and 175. England 304 and 205 for 2. And it was a very, very happy Michael Atherton who accepted the winner's cheque. Devon Malcolm, the man of the match. And for Devon Malcolm, twin honours, he's also man of the series. And of the series for South Africa, Brian McMillan. After the presentation, Tony Lewis spoke with the two captains.
Well, Kepler, commiserations. It wasn't your day or your match this time round.
No, I think England played really well, and they outplayed us, particularly on the third day. They put in a superb performance, and that turned the match, and all credit to them.
This would have made a marvellous 5-match series, don't you feel?
It would have been. It would have probably been a few more shorter delivery spells, but it would have been good. It would have been good.
Looking back on it, you must have taken great pride from the the Lord's victory, rather.
Yeah, I think we played well at the Oval. We did well to draw the match at Headingley, but unfortunately, as I said, they outplayed us yesterday, and that turned the series or the Test match for them, and they were the better side in the last Test.
Can I turn to Mike now and ask why and where this sudden surge came from? It seemed to come with Darren Gough and Philip de Freitas with the bat.
That was an important period for us because it got us up to the 300 mark, and so we weren't too far adrift. And then obviously Devon Malcolm putting in a stunning performance with the ball really was the match-winning performance for us.
Good series, played in good humour?
Yeah, the spirit between the sides was fine. I would like to have been a 5-test match series because I think it would have been a thrilling 5-test match series. But hopefully when we go to South Africa in '95, we can play some good cricket there.
A little later, I had the pleasure of talking with the England chairman of selectors, Raymond Illingworth.
I think we've improved a lot during the summer. I think all the people we've brought in, Stephen Rhodes had a wonderful 2 series. Craig White did reasonably well. We've resurrected Daffy de Freitas. Devon's coming at the death, and really I think we've made a lot of progress. We're probably still 1 or 2 pieces short in the jigsaw, but we're getting there now, and it could be a good series, I think, in Ottawa.
I said earlier that I've always been of the opinion that Devon Malcolm has been badly underused by various selection committees. What about that?
If I had to have my say on it, I honestly believe that he hasn't bowled enough for Derbyshire. I'm not criticising Derbyshire, but I just feel that this last few matches he's been playing quite a lot of cricket, he's been bowling, he's been getting wickets, and I don't believe now that bowlers bowl sufficiently if they're not playing in every match for the amount of wicket we play. And I think the fact that he's bowled a lot later has got his rhythm right.
Let's look forward now to Australia. There's a lot of interest down there because suddenly they've seen you beat New Zealand. Now you've squared a series with South Africa, as indeed the Australians did twice. What are your chances down there?
Oh, I think we're going in now with at least a 50-50 chance. I think we've got every chance, and if the boys now, I think we've got a team spirit coming through together. We wanted to get that, but you can't just get everybody at once. It takes time. We're getting there now with that, and I think once we get a settled site for the tour, I think we've got a good chance.
How many are you going to take, 16 or 17?
I think we'll finish with 16. There may be a case of if we want to fly somebody out later on towards the one-dayers, maybe, but we'll take 16 and we'll go for the Test match.
Michael Atherton?
I think he's pretty well all right. He's never had any problem with me. I'm always okay. It's everybody else that makes these different decisions.
Raymond Illingworth talking there about this match here at the Oval, where England have come out on top, and also about the Ashes battle coming up at the end of the year, and that should be a very, very good contest. At the end of this test at the Oval, the match referee, Peter Burge, had Fani de Villiers in to have a little chat with him, and the upshot of it was that Fani de Villiers was fined 25% of his match fee and reprimanded. This is the incident which brought the fine. It was for dissent against Ken Palmer, the umpire's decision, and it involved Graham Hick and Fani de Villiers. That's very well bowled. And Fani will have to go back. They cost him a run or two. Well, that was the de Villiers incident, and Burge's statement said that there was clear dissent shown by de Villiers in his action after running past the batsman and turning towards umpire Palmer, throwing his arms in the air after the not-out decision was made. That was in breach of Code 3, and de Villiers was let off lightly because it's the first time he's appeared before an ICC referee. That is the verdict. He's fined 25% of his match fee and reprimanded. And bear in mind that the rule brought in by the ICC says that the maximum any player can be fined is 75% of his match fee. Come back to that in a moment. For slow over rates, each South African player is fined 70% of his match fee. Each England player fined 30% of his match fee. So de Villiers actually gets away with it. He gets away with 20% because the maximum fine is 75%. Also, Michael Atherton gets away with 5% on the same basis. Now, the over rates That was why they were fined. South Africa 11.5 in the second innings and 12.2 in the first. England 12.2 and 13.3. They should be 15. It really was a lousy over-rate match from every point of view. Coming up, we've had the last of the Test cricket, but coming up, the limited overs internationals in store at Edgbaston and Old Trafford, England against South Africa. We'll be on air Thursday, BBC 2 at 10:35 a.m. A lot of good cricket coming up there still in the remainder of this summer. Well, it's been very nice to be with you for the highlights of these Cornhill Test matches. This one here was a stirring game, and for none more so than the England skipper Michael Atherton, who's had quite a turbulent year. We leave you with him now. He's shown great character in coming back from one or two problem areas.